Crimes committed with deepfake AI. So yeah, deepfakes are getting scary. AI's been getting scary, bro. Like, ever since I seen you can clone voices or whatever and fake call somebody near you, that's actually scary as hell. That's scary as hell to think about. And it's just gonna get worse too. That's the crazy part. Like, there's gonna be a point where, like, people that are tapped in with technology are gonna get tricked by this stuff. So, let's get it started. Tuvington.
We're living in weirdly interesting times where criminals have free access to deepfake technology. From pretending to be Mr. Beast and hosting an iPhone giveaway scam, to a high school principal's voice.
Okay, but if you fall for that, bro, you're dumb as hell. Like, how are you falling for that? A fake, bro, how many fake Mr. Beasts have there been where, like, you're still falling for it? People still fall for that stuff, man? Come on.
Being generated to say racist remarks, to even middle schoolers
I remember that
using it
actually.
to generate inappropriate images of their classmates and teachers. Join me today as we talk about crimes committed with deepfakes. Now, if I'm gonna have a video dedicated to deepfakes, let's first go over the definition. The definition of deepfake is a video of a person in which their face or body has been digitally altered so that they appear to be someone else. Typically,
be real, y'all. What are y'all doing if you find a deepfake of yourself, like on a corn star deepfaked? I'm gonna be real. Okay, look, if it's a good performance, I'm not gonna care. If it's a good performance, I'm not gonna care. It better be a good performance though. Don't deepfake me on somebody with a bad performance, because that is the only thing that would get me mad.
Used maliciously or to spread false information. But we're not only going to talk about videos, we're also going to be talking about generated audio and images. Also, I do want to say a little mini announcement. I do have a new talk show / solo podcast named Channel Tuv. That's a show I'm using to talk about topics that are too inappropriate to talk here. You know, where I give you guys a little quick spiel before the video starts, but a lot of things I'm going to talk about over there are just inappropriate, so it wouldn't make sense to talk about other stuff I want to. Like, before we get into a morbid topic, I just want a community hub for the fan base, and I'm going to be opening fan mail over there and talking about pop culture stuff. But episode 1 is me talking about Rule 34 art that you guys draw of me.
Well, if he has it, do I have it? Surely not. Hopefully not.
Because I guess you guys like drawing Rule 34 art of me. But yeah, you see why it's getting its own platform. It's also available on Spotify and soon going to be on Apple Podcasts.
Hold on, let me check. Nobody check that right now. Can we watch this video?
Second channel if you want to give it a quick watch, see if you like it or not. Also, if you aren't subscribed, don't even worry about that. I'll earn your subscription by the end of this video. But without further ado, let's get started with the video.
I'm going to earn it.
Fake racist audio of a Maryland.
I remember we saw a news story on this or something. That is so crazy, bro. Could you imagine the future, like how many people are gonna get fired from jobs or something just faking something like this?
And high school principal. Another strange case where deepfake tech was used to commit a crime was the fake leaked recording of a high school principal in Maryland supposedly going on a racist rant. The audio
does he look racist though? Halfway. Like, the thing is, if he looked super racist, then I'd be like, damn, like he's already cooked. You can't save him, man. But maybe in the middle. This just looks like a regular dude.
Instagram before spreading elsewhere, has the voice of Pikesville
Fake
High School
Tommy
principal
AI?
Eric Eiswert complaining about the Jewish community, making anti-Semitic remarks, and also talking of, well, I'll just let you guys hear the audio.
I'm the principal here, me and only me. You know, I seriously don't understand why I have to constantly put up with these here every day.
Oh,
Between
wow.
these ungrateful black kids who can't test their way out of a paper bag, or these teachers who don't get it. How hard is it to get these
Crazy thing is, it sounds so real. Like, it sounds like somebody was just hidden recording or something.
students to meet their grade level expectations?
Lebelius is not Lebelius.
Lawrence and Ravenel should have never been hired. And don't let me get started on DJ. I'm going to drag his black ass out of here one way or another. And if I have to get one...
Okay, the AI might have meant that. Why did the AI say that with so emotion? I'm gonna drag his goddamn black light. Oh my god.
One more complaint from one more Jew in this community, I'm going to join the other side. Kathy, I'm done.
Now for context, the principal Eiswert is a white man, so you can probably imagine the extent of damage that was done to his reputation. By the time the Baltimore County Public Schools investigated and determined that the voice was AI generated, the viral nature of the clip had already caused profound repercussions. The principal was already placed on leave, and police officers assigned by the court to his residence because both he and his family were at significant risk. Social media platforms were also apparently full of hateful messages towards him, and the school kept receiving lots of angry phone
I usually would say, why don't people wait? But this shit sounds so goddamn real, bro. It sounds so real. Like, I can't even get mad at people saying like, oh, like you're a weirdo or whatever, this and that, because they simply didn't know. How are you supposed to know, bro?
Phone calls from all over. That also meant there was disruption of normal learning activities, with some teachers even fearing that there could be recording devices planted in various spots around the school. Now, naturally, as probably any other
Whoa. Why were other teachers fearing? Well, what was them other teachers saying? Hold on, we might have to investigate the other teachers.
innocent
Whole
person
school
would
action
do.
might be
When the
cooked.
recording came out, Eiswert denied being involved whatsoever, stating that that wasn't his voice in the audio clip. That, however, didn't stop speculations and unease in the Pikesville high school community as people began poking and dissecting
definitely
every
use this
second of
shit
the
for
clip.
blackmail?
There was, for instance, the mention of Kathy in a negative light, which was suspected to refer to Kathy Albert, the assistant principal. Then there was the mention of an employee that Eiswert apparently wanted gone so bad, one way or another. Add all that to the racist and anti-Semitic comments, and you can see why everyone really wanted to know
Dude,
what
the
was
person who did this absolutely hated this man. Like they painted him like a villain beyond the villain.
going on. I mean, Eiswert had been working in Baltimore County schools since 1997. That's a whole 27 years. So they kind of deserved answers. Eventually, everyone did find out what was going on. Investigations led to a
Holy cranium. No, this is bad. This is bad, bro.
31-year-old man by the name
It's like his head. Like, why is the back of his head shape completely different from the front? Like God, how does that happen, bro? It's like they pumped air. Like they turned the PSI on like an air machine on, and they only pumped the top of his head.
of Dazon Darian,
MF is
the
a
school's
Goomba?
athletic director. It turns out that the whole thing was a revenge ploy after Darian felt disgruntled when Eiswert raised concerns over his work performance and alleged that
He's in high school? Stop, bro. I thought this was the goddamn teacher, bro. Or am I tripping?
he had misused school funds. For his crime, Darian ended up facing charges
Oh, okay, no, it is. Okay, it is. I'm tripping. It's an employee.
including theft, disruption of school activities, stalking, and retaliating against a witness. These charges were just the beginning though, because further investigations revealed Darian had a pretty fishy background career-wise. As reported by Fox, the primary investigation into the fake recordings raised suspicion about how Darian had been hired in the first place. It then turned out that he had actually misrepresented
This just goes to show, bro. Like, any job you want to apply for, bro, just do it. Because jobs do not be doing background checks. Like, yes, they do background checks, but, like, fully, bro, they won't. There's people that literally get hired for, like, major jobs or whatever, and they never have a degree, and they never have to prove it.
his credentials a lot. Like, a lot of lies on his
Bro looks like a
resume,
dad.
including credentials he didn't have and work experience that was fabricated. This put Baltimore County Public Schools on the spot because someone without even a teaching certificate, let alone a college accreditation, required the position, ended up being hired and earning 6 figures. Anyway, all that aside,
That's
the
so
case
crazy.
is still
6
ongoing,
figures,
and
bro?
we have yet to find out how long he's
Easy to
gonna
get
be
a job
sentenced
for anything now.
Deepfake Mr. Beast phone scam. About a year ago in
See,
October
these
of
phone scams be scaring me the most because, like, you could the fact that you can sound like somebody on the phone, and like you can't really tell on the phone. It's a grainy voice, so like it matches with the deepfake. It doesn't even have to sound good like that. That's so scary. Like, imagine some like fake Tommy NFG AI calls you and is like, "Look, I'm Tommy NFG. I'm in danger. I need $10,000." Like, you're sending the money. You know what I mean? Like you're sending the money because it's Tommy NFG.
of 2023, an extremely
scary.
popular YouTuber who, if you haven't watched any of his videos, I'm sure you've at least heard the name, tweeted about an AI deepfake of him
I do
going
it
around.
instantly?
In this video,
No,
which
I'm
seems to be
not.
screen recorded off of TikTok, the scammer uses Mr. Beast's AI clone to announce, quote, the world's largest iPhone 15 giveaway.
If you're watching this video, you're one of the 10,000 lucky people who'll get an iPhone 15 Pro for just $2.
Do these people not check like his social media pages? Like, the first thing he would do was post it on his social media pages. Nice.
I'm Mr. Beast, and I'm doing the world's largest iPhone 15 giveaway. Click the link below to claim yours now.
Like, what
Word
is this?
eventually got back to Mr. Beast, leading him to tweet the following. Lots of people are getting this deepfake scam out of me. Are social media platforms ready to handle the rise of AI deepfakes? This is a serious problem. When opening the link, NBC wrote that at the top of the page there would be a counter that would show the dwindling numbers as, I guess, people were receiving their iPhones, obviously just to make people believe that it's really happening and, oh, I gotta rush to put in my credit card details. The page also would add
Okay, but like, bro, even when I was younger, first off, if you're younger, you shouldn't even have a credit card, to be honest, unless you steal your mom or dad's. So that means people are going to ask their parents for their mom or dad's credit card, and then, or kids, if it's a kid that's on the website. Like, you gotta be dumb as hell, bro. Even when I was younger and I saw a credit card, I immediately just stopped. Because I knew if I asked my mom or dad, they'd, like, obviously know it's a scam.
asked people if they're at least 18 years or older, and they also displayed several satisfied customers that were holding up their iPhones as if they actually won. Now, sadly, I don't have a screenshot of what this website used to look like, but I wouldn't be surprised if those images of the people holding the phones were also AI generated. That's it for this one. Let's head on to the next one.
Okay.
Explicit AI images of Taylor Swift and more.
Yeah, I remember this, bro.
It's not often that Democrats and Republicans support a bill
It's not remember. Okay, I didn't see the images, but yeah, I remember this happened.
and seem to be in a rush to make it a law. This, however, is something that was witnessed earlier this year
This
when
one was
AI-generated
fire. Like,
images of Taylor
well, what is
Swift
wrong with
began going viral across the entire internet. Someone generated and shared the pornographic AI images on Twitter, which caused so much havoc that Twitter had to block any searches related to Taylor Swift for a while.
W Drake appearance. I didn't even have to tell y'all, bro. What's good, Drake?
What's good, bro?
It's good, man. Yo,
Yo,
I didn't even have to tell y'all. Yo,
What's
yo,
good,
take a
bro?
seat. Damn, there's no seat.
Look,
Yo, Drake got to Tommy.
how old are you?
Um,
How old are you?
older than 18.
Go f yourself.
Damn, bro. That's my favorite artist too.
The images, which also caught the attention of the White House, showed Taylor Swift in a series of sexual acts in the
Right,
stadium
what is
while
that
dressed
gif?
in Kansas City Chiefs memorabilia. Obviously, I'm not showing that on the screen. It's all blurred. Plus, I don't want the Swifties on my ass. And given this was ahead of an NFL playoff game, they went super viral on Twitter,
Damn.
Reddit, Facebook.
Nah,
and
Taylor Swift's motion is so insane, bro, that she changed the law in the United States government. Is that not crazy? Like, I feel like I could have that type of motion in the future eventually. You see something of me, and I feel like it just could happen.
Instagram. The New York Times even reported that one image was viewed over 47 million times on Twitter before the account behind it got suspended. Nothing much was known though about who made the images, but it was reported that they were likely made using Microsoft Designer and shared first on Telegram. Imagine how the person that made these images feels knowing that they got away with it. They're just somewhere out there knowing that those images of Taylor Swift trended all across the internet. If you guys weren't there, I don't know how you could have avoided that news, but anyway, let's continue with the story. Microsoft later gave a statement that they had gone ahead and fixed the loophole that made such images possible in Designer. Now, like,
And guess what? You know what they say. Once you create a loophole, one thing, bro, people always find a way to goon. All right, let's be real. They're gonna create in the future an unstoppable AI corn bot that's gonna be able to generate all of your desires, and it's never gonna be stopped.
Like I mentioned, this specific incident sparked a bipartisan conversation about the need for laws protecting victims of deepfake pornography, and so eventually it led to the introduction of the Disrupt Explicit Forged Images and Non-Consensual Edits Act, aka the Defiance Act. The bill got passed by the Senate recently in July and is awaiting House approval. Interestingly, if it becomes law, it will allow victims to sue the creators of non-consensual porn deepfakes for up to $150,000 or even
Y'all make AI corn. Do it, bro. I'm inviting you to do it. It's official.
$250,000 if the images lead to, quote, actual or attempted SA, stalking, or harassment.
Okay,
This
that's
is what
crazy.
was deemed as befitting punishment with Rep. Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, who introduced it to the Senate, arguing it was necessary given that 96% of all deepfake images floating around the internet are non-consensual pornography. Now, regarding Taylor Swift's case, it was said that she considered pressing charges, but no updates were given on that. Her fans, also known as the Swifties, family, and
Oh, I know the
friends were
Swifties, whoever like made it, bro, they definitely found bro's entire family and just executed him. Executed. 100% I could see that happening.
furious though, and took action to protect her, even trending the hashtag #ProtectTaylorSwift. That, however, wasn't the last time Taylor Swift would be the victim of deepfakes. Barely a month ago, Donald Trump posted fake images suggesting that Swift and her
Yo, Trump is so unreal, bro. Swifties turning to Trump after ISIS foiled Taylor Swift concert. Taylor wants you to vote for only Trump, bro. This nigga is not serious.
fans are backing him up in the upcoming elections. The 4 images show different things, but the message is sort of the same. There's, for instance, the Uncle Sam character captioned, "Taylor wants you to vote for Donald Trump." There's also a girl in a red shirt written "Swifties for Trump."
That looks
and
real.
one
The bottom one looks
suggesting
fake.
that Swifties turned to Trump following Taylor's concert cancellation in Vienna. The irony of the whole thing, though, is that Swift has publicly criticized Trump in the
Damn. What did she say? After stoking the fires of white supremacy and racism your entire presidency, you have the nerve to feign moral superiority before threatening violence. When the looting starts, the shooting starts. We will vote you out in November. She had 1.9 million likes off this. Bro, it's crazy how like celebrity motion will literally change people. Like, bro, all the Swifties definitely saw her say this, and they 100% did not vote for Trump, because if they were gonna vote for her or whatever, if they were planning to, and then she said this. That's so crazy.
The past in 2020. And the last time she endorsed a political party was also in 2020, and that was for the Democratic Party. That said, Trump hasn't been shy in sharing AI generated images on his Twitter account, as he even shared one where Kamala Harris is addressing a communist rally at the Democratic National Convention in Chicago. I keep seeing Elon and Trump on Twitter posting so many AI generated images. I actually had to go out of my way to mute them because I just kept seeing so, like, I guess borderline just disinformation with these AI images. It's so annoying that this is even a problem, but it's even more so annoying that these are just powerful figures.
Crazy thing is, old people fall for them every time.
Using AI. Anyway, going back to Taylor Swift, she could absolutely sue Trump over the images, but then in an interview, Trump said he isn't worried about that because the images, quote, were all made up by other people, and we are yet to see how that turns out.
I was about to say, Taylor Swift is rich, bro, but like Donald Trump is literally a billionaire. Like, bro, she's worth like 1 billion, he's worth like 5 or 6.
Middle schoolers create explicit images of classmates. A really disturbing thing about...
Bro, what is kids on nowadays, bro? What happened to playing Fortnite or something when you were in middle school? Dude, this is something I would have never even thought of doing. Like, why is this a thought for you? How do you know how to use this technology?
But non-consensual deepfake technology is that anyone could get access to them. Anyone. Your little 11-year-old cousin could get access to this technology. So is it really that surprising that middle school boys were using this to mess with their classmates and the teachers? That's what happened in this case, where 2 teenagers from Florida, boys aged 13 and 14, used AI to create explicit images of other students, both male and female, aged between 12 and 13. This happened last year at Pinecrest Cove Academy in Miami,
bro,
where the 2 boys ended up getting arrested in December of 2023. It actually worked well for the victims that Florida had already passed a law in 2022 that criminalized the sharing of any non-consensual altered sexual depiction of a person.
That's good.
And the case was in fact Florida's and the US's first arrest and charging of individuals involved in sharing AI generated nudes. Imagine holding that title. Not only were you 13 and 14 years old, but you guys were the first people to be charged with AI nudes. Now, the reason I'm saying it worked well for the victims is because elsewhere,
that's a crazy
such
criminal
cases have
history.
not led to any arrests despite police reports being filed. This is also despite the cases being in the public domain. We're talking of cases like the Issaquah High School, Washington incident, where kids use Nudify apps to undress other students and the staff. Another case where in Westfield High School in New Jersey, male students took photos from female students from their summer activities and turned them explicit. And there's even another case in Beverly Vista Middle School, California, where
like, what's in the fucking school lunch nowadays?
Same thing happened, undressing of female students using AI. Now, going back to the Florida incident, and honestly considering all the other incidents, the underlying consequence was, or has been, that female students ended up not feeling safe in their schools. A mother of one of the victims in Florida, for instance, emphasized how she not only felt violated as a parent, but that her daughter and others wouldn't feel comfortable walking in the same hallways with the boys who were responsible for such behavior. Anyway, initially the boys responsible were suspended for 10 days, but following more outrage, they actually got arrested. There aren't many details on the case because it involves minors, so...
Bro, we gotta stop giving a slap on the wrist, bro. There's a reason why Beyond Scared Straight worked, bro. Cause you saw that, bro, as a goddamn kid or whatever, and you was scared. If I was there in middle school, bro, seeing all these like grown ass prison men or whatever, I would be scared as hell. We need to start arresting more, bro. Stop giving slap on the wrist, man. Like come on, America.
Not highly publicized, but it's safe to assume they face some sort of consequence. The charges they face fell under the 3rd-degree felony, which has the maximum penalty of 5 years in prison and a $5,000 fine. The lawyer who represented the victims, Stephanie Myron, however, also insisted that fake nude images of minors carry the same weight as possession of CP. Now, while these cases of deepfake explicit images in US schools are sad, what has been going on in South Korea is far more disgusting. It turns out that the perpetrators over there went as far as creating Telegram channels for distributing these fake images organized by region and school. Yes, they categorized the victims by region and school.
Bro, South Korea, we gotta lock in, man. What is the law enforcement doing there? I mean, if this is on Telegram is very hidden, but you have to know this stuff.
And not just one,
like you
two,
have to know
3,
to fix
4, 5 schools. Nope, an entire list of 477 schools nationwide.
Why South Korea? All the women there are so pretty too.
Middle, and high schools. They're creating deepfake images of these kids and sorting them out by
Sick.
school, like if it's a game or something. But yeah, it's pretty disgusting stuff overall. Let's head on to the next case.
Okay.
Fake drugs by deepfake scientists. Erectile
Okay, how does that work? Fake drugs? Deep fake drugs? So what happens? I take like a virtual, like holographic perk or something, and then nothing happens to me?
dysfunction. Do you have it? I didn't need to ask that. Let's get on with the topic. Ads for erectile dysfunction solutions are nothing
Answer is yes.
new on the internet. They've been around since forever. However, when you combine them with deepfakes, you get a whole new level of deception. Fraudsters are now using publicly available images of scientists to generate more believable social media ads that promote their erectile dysfunction solutions. One such case was reported in South Africa, where Kamatso Mathabi, a practicing urologist and academician, was alerted to an image of her promoting a fake drug. This of course caught her by surprise because she had never been involved in any sort of promotions in the first place. And to make it worse, the videos were realistic enough that even her family and friends kept asking her why they
How
saw her
real
face
was
each
it?
time they went on Facebook. Now, initially, she assumed that someone was just using her image to sell fake drugs, something apparently common in South Africa. However, when she dug further, she realized it was worse than that. Someone was phishing. When a person clicked on the ad, they would be redirected to a website where they'd be asked to enter their banking information. And those
Promoting
who
a fake
did
drug is
ended up
crazy.
having money siphoned out of their accounts
Nice
many
one.
times over and
Nice
never
one.
received the advertisement.
Damn, how many motherfuckers got erectile dysfunction there? Holy shit. Yeah, man, they struggling out there in the motherland.
Medication. And if that wasn't enough, she began receiving phone calls of people accusing her of stealing their money. The whole thing sparked a conversation on
Damn.
the way AI deepfakes are being used in ways that tarnish the credibility of scientists in different fields. There's actually a very similar story from India where deepfake videos of Viswanathan Mohan, a well-known and respected voice on matters of diabetes, have been used to sell fake drugs online. Elon Musk deepfakes. Elon Musk has a lot going on already, but in an equal measure, there's this other side of him that's surrounded by sort of weird controversies. He recently
Okay.
made headlines, for example, because as of being trolled by his inventions, Grok AI to be specific, a deepfake video of him committing armed robbery went viral and made headlines.
Bro, we are not serious. Crazy thing is, bro, there is like old people out there that are dead ass shocked by this and think it's real. Like they 100% think this real. Like that, like this is real. Like you can't convince them this is not real. Cause at first when it was fake images or whatever, they're like, it's no video. This is an actual video. I'm not gonna think.
Headlines globally. Of course, during the debate on the boundaries of generative AI models,
Nah, this
the
is
video, in the
hilarious.
style of CCTV footage, has him wielding a gun in a store, holding an employee at gunpoint, then setting the store on fire using what looks like a flamethrower, before finally getting arrested and escorted away in
Bro,
handcuffs.
what is
like
this?
I already mentioned, the video was kind of trolling Elon's Grok AI, an AI tool under his company xAI. This was because of his decision not to yield to quote woke censorship standards observed by the likes of OpenAI's ChatGPT. The Twitter account behind that video, the Door Brothers, called it having some fun. And in the entire 1-minute clip that they
I
generated,
mean, was this controversial? I don't really like. Are people mad at this? This is just more goofy to me. Who cares?
they included other political figures like Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, Barack Obama, President Biden, and Putin. Now, there's figures like Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, Barack Obama, President Biden,
They got Biden in a wheelchair, bro. He's not even in a wheelchair, man. Why is Biden the only one in a wheelchair?
and Putin. Now, there's a whole debate about the boundaries of such AI videos, and as to the extent that it should be illegal to generate them. That's something lawmakers are still figuring out. What's for sure criminal is creating these deepfakes and using them in ways that leave a trail of real victims.
that looks
There
real.
is, for instance, a case dating back to July 2023, where a South Korean woman lost $50,000 to a scammer that was impersonating Elon Musk on Instagram. Now, how do these people fall for that?
How did she even give 50? Hold up. So she gave, let me read that headline. She gave 50,000 to a billionaire, one of the richest men in the world, and wanted to make her rich, but it was an elaborate deep fake. How does this happen? You deserve to lose the money. I don't care.
Impersonating
more.
Elon Musk on Instagram. Now, how do these people fall for that? Look, that's
Giving
not what
money
we're
to
talking
the
about
richest
today.
man in the
We're talking
world.
about the fact that they did fall for it. The woman, referred to only by the pseudonym Zhang Zhaisen, was convinced she met Elon on Instagram after he messaged her and claimed that he did so to random followers all the time. Fake Elon then sent her his ID and photo at work, both obviously AI generated. The article didn't provide the images, which I wish we could have seen this realistic looking ID photo. He did this to prove his
MF
identity, and
dumbasses.
soon after, he he professed his love to her via a deep fake video. Again, I wish we had access to this. I wish we had access to this.
I want to see it so
That's what got
badly.
her to believe she was dealing with the real Elon Musk, and unfortunately, that trust led her to send the scammer $50,000. Fake Elon apparently told her to send the cash to a Korean bank account owned by one of his employees. As funny as it is, it's still a sad situation that this person was used, and
No, it's not, bro. You're just dumb as bro. Like, this makes no sense.
$50,000 is a crazy amount of money. But the thing is, this isn't the only person that has been scammed by using Elon's likeness. There's another example from a few years back where a fishy trading company, Quantum AI, was tricking people into investing in AI-powered trading of stocks, forex, etc. using
actually
fake
is smart.
endorsements by Elon. They
AI
made a whole
trading
speech of him
is smart.
talking of his magical quantum computing software that could win stock trades at a rate of 91%. There was
Damn.
apparently even an ad for the same in Australia promising returns of $5,700 a day to Australians. The catch? Well, a minimum investment of $400. The ads also ran in the UK, with an investigation by the Bureau of Investigative
niggas
Journalism
actually be slow
uncovering
sometimes.
about 321 such ads by Quantum AI running on social media with a combined 1.2 million views. They estimated the scammers spent between $19,000 and $41,000
damn.
on those ads alone. And of course, there were real victims too, as the investigation found that a woman lost her entire life savings. You know what? Again, we're not going to make fun of these people, we're just going to talk about them. While another person only lost a couple hundred. And probably even more crazy is that the scam might
How are you spending your whole life savings on things like this, though? Like, bro, even if you are that not in touch with technology, you have to know, like, you got to see some type of proof, right? You have to see some type of proof.
still be going, because as I researched this, the first search result from Googling Quantum AI Elon Musk is a website, Elon Musk Trading, that is branded as Quantum AI with arguably quite dodgy
Nice.
content. Biden's fake robocalls in New Hampshire. One of the major concerns when it comes to deepfakes is how will they impact.
See, the most scariest thing for me is politics and the president. Because what's stopping somebody from deep faking, I don't know, whoever's president, saying, oh yeah, I dropped a nuke. And then after that, if somebody in another country, like, doesn't think fast, because you got to think fast. If somebody actually drops a nuke, you got to drop yours within, like, the next 5 minutes, if not instantly. That's scary.
The presidential election. I mean, as it
Entire
stands,
life
45
savings,
of
do you
the
not
50
think?
states have got some sort of legislation going on about the use of deepfakes in elections,
Okay.
with the hope that the use of AI-generated images, audio, or video will be prevented from misleading voters and swaying the outcomes. Now, these legislations are for a very good reason, because just earlier this year, there was a very bizarre case where a fake robocall was being used to discourage Democrats from New Hampshire from voting in the state's presidential primary elections. And just a little context here, usually what happens is that a party holds primaries, gets the preferred candidate supported by delegates, who then runs in the general elections against the other party's candidates. All that to mean voters who are participating in their party's primaries in any state is very important.
What a bunch of malarkey. We know the value of voting Democratic when our votes count. It's important that you save your vote for the November election. We'll need your help in electing Democrats up and down the ticket. Voting this Tuesday only enables the Republicans in their quest to elect Donald Trump again. Your vote makes a difference.
See, it's the sound that's getting me. The phone sound, like, it doesn't sound. Okay, this does sound more fake than the other one at least. But like the grainy phone sound just makes it sound like a shitty call or something.
In November, not this Tuesday. If you would like to be removed from future calls, please press 2 now.
In New Hampshire, though,
Okay, yeah, Biden would never say like that. That's some robot shit.
the Democratic National Committee and the state had a falling out this year over the calendar for the primaries, causing President Joe Biden's name to miss from the election material. So, to make sure voters weren't derailed and the party still got Biden in, Kathy Sullivan, the treasurer of a political committee, encouraged voters to write Biden's name directly on the election material. You can therefore probably see why a robocall purporting to be 1 from Biden, 2 suggesting to have been sent out by Sullivan, and 3 telling voters that it wasn't at all important to participate in the primaries would be a bizarre thing. The call recording actually went as far as to tell voters that their votes in the primary wouldn't make a difference and that they should just wait for the November elections. It even claimed that their participation only helped Republicans in their quest to get Trump back into the White House. That was so odd that Sullivan herself couldn't believe the extent of attempted voter suppression. Now, given the sensitivity of the matter, the New Hampshire Attorney General's office got involved, and soon
that
enough they
sounds too
determined the
competent to
audio
be
was
saying all
AI
that.
generated. It also came out in reports that the audio had been made via 11 Labs AI voice cloning software, and that the account involved had gotten banned soon after. Then, close to a month later, the Federal Communications Commission ruled that AI robocalls were illegal, classifying them as artificial.
Yeah, that's not changing though. Bro, it's just gonna get worse. Like
under a 1991 federal law against junk calls. This means the FCC could prosecute anyone caught imitating politicians, celebrities, or any other person really. And it also means states now get more
and all I see is AIs of fucking celebrities, cartoon character voices, like everything.
room to make similar
The law's not
prosecutions
doing
at state
anything,
level.
bro.
Probably why, again, 45 of the 50 states currently have their anti-deepfake legislation going on. Now, going back to that fake Biden robocall, later investigations found out it was all the work by a man of the name Stephen Kramer, a 55-year-old political consultant who apparently specializes in get out the vote projects. Kramer admitted to making the recordings, but insisted his intentions were to simply highlight the dangers of AI in election manipulation. Sure thing, buddy, we all believe you on that one. The FCC would hear none of that though, and recommended he get fined $6 million, and Lingo Telecom, the firm that distributed the calls, be fined $2 million. In court, Kramer pled not guilty to the 26 charges he faced, 13 felony and 13 misdemeanor. He was released on a $10,000 bail. His case is still ongoing, but looks like he's unfazed by possible jail time. Part of his crime, voter suppression, carries a jail term of between 3.5 and 7 years.
Damn.
Slovakian election deepfakes. One of the major pieces of news that spread around in the month of August was the arrest of 39-year-old Pavel Durov, the founder and CEO of Telegram. It's alleged that this guy had been invited to Paris by
This dude has seen a lot of illegal shit then. This is the CEO of Telegram. Yo, all that goes on Telegram is crimes. That's actually it, actually. I've never seen anybody use Telegram for anything other than crimes nowadays.
top government official, only
Why
for the government to
Slovakia?
turn around
Where is
and
that, in
arrest him.
Russia?
Why? Well, his social app Telegram has always maintained an encryption standard that prevents authorities from cracking down on any suspicious users and activities within the platform. The Western governments have particularly been unhappy
Actual
with Telegram's
user for
opaque
crimes.
nature, and Durov himself has at one point claimed that US law enforcement agencies, such as the FBI, have tried to get a backdoor to the app, even allegedly trying to bribe its developers.
Okay, I do understand that about governments wanting it, but I do have respect for, like, I think like Apple had that same problem, for example. Like Apple, the FBI was demanding them to give like a certain like thing and spy on everybody, and they said no, because like, you know, we care about like encrypting people's stuff. But like at the same time, I do understand that, because there do be like, it definitely would help them having access to people's phones and being able to search up criminals, but I don't know.
On their visits to the
It's an
US.
iffy situation.
Anyway, having failed to cooperate with authorities, the next best thing for the authorities was to charge him as being complicit in crimes that happened within the app. That's why he's facing 12
that's
charges,
crazy.
including one for complicity in
So
selling
because he didn't want to give up the f***ing encryption, they just charged him? Yo, that's the government for you, bro. I'm telling you, the government can charge you with anything, bro. You right now, bro, that has never done nothing, they can just make up some shit and just charge you.
CP. Now, the reason I'm bringing up Telegram here is because at the start of 2023, in Slovakia, Europe, Telegram became the breeding ground for 2 deepfake recordings that ended up actually disrupting their elections. According to a report by CNN, barely 2 days before the elections, the
time I used
deepfake
Telegram was
audios of
1 year
Mikhail
ago.
Semeka, one of the top candidates, spread around from Telegram to other social platforms, with his voice being heard talking about how he'd rigged the election, and equally damning to his image, about how he was planning to raise the price of beer. Also, the situation was probably worsened by
So that's what they care about in Slovakian elections. Raising the price of beer. You know what, bro? Shout out to all the Slovakians that watch me or whatever, but that whole government process already f***ed up, bro. That's the thing they care about, raising. That's the thing citizens care about, raising the price of the beer.
the lack of a quick response from
groceries,
social
not
media
something
platforms
essential,
and
beer.
removing the deepfakes. Facebook was actually blamed for letting the copy sit for far too long. Interestingly, TikTok was praised for managing to take down all the
I
copies of the
downloaded it, but I'm
recording.
scared to
Anyway,
open
with the
it.
slow action by some of the social media companies, the end results were that the candidate's voter block got swayed. It was unclear, however, how many exact voters jumped ship. What was certain though, according to information from Daniel Milo, an employee from Slovakia's Ministry of Interior's unit to counter disinformation, is that the 2 recordings were made with AI and had some of their first origins and posts from pro-Russian politicians. That fact actually gave the whole thing a new twist, because it became a suspicion that there could have been some influence from Russia in the sabotage of Mikhail Semeka. And for
Damn, bro. The KGB just be trying to sabotage everything. Like, calm down. Stay in your cold country. Chill out.
context, Semeka was the pro-NATO candidate at the time, meaning his interests aligned with those of Western governments like the US and UK. His opponent, though, who ended up winning, was more aligned with Moscow and had close ties to the Russian president Vladimir Putin. Erupt's $25 million deepfake fraud.
Damn!
One of the most mind-bending deepfake crimes that happened earlier this year was actually in Hong Kong, where an employee of UK engineering group Erupt's Hong Kong branch transferred $25 million to fraudsters, believing his senior manager had instructed him to do so. Now, before I describe what happened, you should first know that Erupt is a massive company. They've been around for more than 78 years and have about 34 offices globally with around 18,000 employees. They also earn annual revenues of about $2.64 billion.
Holy
They're also
shit.
well known for some of their iconic projects, including the Sydney Opera House and the Etihad Stadium in Manchester. So a big company that is arguably an easy target for fraudsters. And I'm saying that justified by the
Bro, this just shows, like, bro, nobody knows what they're doing. Because how did a $256 billion a year? That is insane. How do you even get tricked by this?
fact that we've seen firms like Facebook and Google get swindled out of millions by fraudsters
never mind.
via fake invoices.
Yeah, everybody's
That's
just-
because as
it's
big as
just
these
stupid.
companies are, it still gets pretty difficult to track every single payment, which is why some scammers actually end up succeeding when they try scamming these huge corporations. Anyway, what happened in Erupt is that in mid-January, an employee in the finance department in Hong Kong received a message from what appeared to be the firm's UK chief financial officer. The officer was apparently requesting for a confidential transaction to be carried out. The employee apparently had a moment of doubt, but that soon got cleared after they received an invitation to a group conference call that included the company's CFO, other staff, and some outsiders. Unknown to the employee, the people they were seeing on the conference call were not real. They were deepfake.
Bro, how well was this deepfake that they had like 7 people deepfaked and you couldn't figure that out? Like, they have to look real straight up, making the same real movements. There's no way, bro.
The fraudsters had used publicly available audio and video footage to digitally recreate the meeting's participants and then read from a script. In the meeting, they asked the employee to do a self-introduction, but somehow never engaged them much. Actually, the employee said the meeting turned out to just be orders being given before it ended abruptly. Now, as of doubling down on their strategy, they
what happens
continued
when you let
engaging
old
the
niggas who
employee
don't know what they
using
doing
instant
run shit.
messaging,
Facts.
emails, and video calls. This went on for an entire week before the employee finally directly contacted the UK headquarters to make an inquiry. Unfortunately, by the time they were doing so, they had already facilitated 15 transfers to various Hong Kong bank accounts totaling $25 million. An investigation was immediately set up and is ongoing, but as it stands, it's
That
not
money is
clear if
not
there are
getting
even
tracked, bro.
possible
You know for a fact the criminals got the money, washed it like 5 times. They put it through crypto. They put it through a goddamn NFT. That money is not coming back to them.
suspects in the case. What we do
If they
know
were
for
smart
sure,
enough to
though,
do
is the
trick
company
them
confirmed
like that,
indeed
they're smart
deepfake
enough to hide their
technology
money.
was used in the fraud, and that though they suffered financial loss, their overall financial stability and business operations didn't suffer. Their statement also said that their internal systems were not compromised. They maintained that everything was all good, although a few weeks after, the company's East Asia chair, Andy Lee, stepped down, claiming he decided to embark on a new opportunity. It wasn't, however, clear if his departure was due to the fraud case or some other related reason. Now, I've already mentioned that this case is yet to be solved, but it might already have some positive side to where it serves to other companies as an example of what not to do. In fact, Erupt's chief information officer, Rob Grieg, was quoted saying, "I hope our experience can help raise awareness on the increasing sophistication and evolving techniques of
He just looks like he doesn't know what he's doing, bro. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe that's me, my bad, but it's his face.
bad actors." Also, while reporting on the story, some publications share details that might be useful in fighting back against deepfakes. Fortune, for example, explained that in the event one suspects are on a call with a deepfake, you can ask them to turn around, which will most likely expose them, or to hold up an item such as a pencil.
Okay.
Voice clone of CEO. We've just gone over the case of Erupt and how they lost $25 million to fraudsters. This next one is simply a close shave, but in a different company. So what happened is that still this year, Mark Reed, the CEO of WPP, a massive global marketing and communications firm, got cloned, and the deepfake almost led to a successful loss of money and personal details. Apparently, the fraudsters started by creating a WhatsApp account and used an image of Reed that they downloaded from the internet. They then used that account to set up a Microsoft Teams meeting where the fake Reed and another cloned senior executive met an agency leader. They asked the leader to set up a new business.
There are so many layers of this, bro. Like, well, why isn't it just a single call? Why is there like 5 layers?
With the end goal being to solicit money and personal details throughout the whole process. The meeting fell through, and it's unclear if the fraudsters were ever caught. Now, I'm gonna bundle this one up with an incident from 2021 involving Ozy, a media company, and Goldman Sachs, just because they fall under the corporate type of fraud.
That
And what
company
happened
name?
was actually really strange, because this time it wasn't outsiders that were trying to get in, but but rather one corporation attempting to take advantage of another. It was reported that OZ, a media firm founded in 2013 by a man named Carlos Watson, had been just about to close a $40 million investment deal from Goldman Sachs, with one final meeting remaining before everything got sealed. Now,
Imagine they just cut off the man part, just Gold Sachs. That would be funny.
OZ had sort of misrepresented itself as having a great relationship with YouTube, as they already had millions of views on the platform. And to support that notion, and also as part of the due diligence process, a meeting was set up between Goldman Sachs asset managers, the OZ team, and a YouTube employee, Alex Piper, who was the head of the unscripted programming under YouTube Originals, a total of 4 people combined. This meeting began fine on Zoom, but Piper apparently said he was running late and had trouble connecting, so he made a suggestion that they do a conference call. They did that, and Piper went on to talk about how great OZ was, and even praised Watson, the CEO, on his leadership. But then, the Goldman Sachs side quickly got suspicious when Piper's voice began sounding artificial, like it had been digitally altered. Long story short, it turned out that wasn't Piper at all. And keep in mind, this was 2021.
They should just ask them to say like a riddle, like Peter, Piper, peck the pickle. Oh my god, I can't even do it anymore. No, I couldn't do it as a kid and I still can't do it now. Whatever that is, you know, make them say a tongue twister.
Goldman Sachs reached out to YouTube. The real Piper said he had no idea about the meeting or even OZ's claims. Soon enough, the FBI got involved and it all went downhill from there. Watson, the OZ CEO, tried claiming that Samir had done so due to mental health issues, but it later became clear they were all in on it. In fact, in 2023, Watson himself got arrested and charged after a series of other fraudulent activities were revealed at OZ. One of those being that they faked a contract with Cable Network One for them to obtain a bank loan faster. The Securities Exchange Commission charged them with defrauding investors of about $50 million through such misrepresentations. Absolutely weird behavior. Face swap to obtain fraudulent bank loans. It's a known fact.
I'd be scared of this, bro. I remember I saw a video of like them getting a twin's face for Face ID and it worked. This actually makes the most sense. I feel like that, yeah, this has already been done before.
That U.S. bank accounts have been fighting credit card fraud for years. In fact, in 2023 alone, a total of $246 million was lost to such frauds across the country. Now, bad as it is in the U.S., the methods of fraud would probably look outdated compared to what has been happening in Hong Kong lately. Between July and September 2022, for instance, it was revealed that a syndicate of 6 people, led by one mastermind, had been using stolen identity cards to open bank accounts and obtain loans. The 6, aged between 28 to 50, managed to open 54 bank accounts using 8 identities and made 90 loan applications to 20 banks. And although a majority of the applications were rejected, 4 of them went through and earned them about $25,650. Now, the way they would do it is by using deepfakes to trick the facial recognition system and hence get the accounts and obtain loans. Also, besides the loan theft, they were also involved in phishing scams, having sent out over 7,200 messages from the 30 SIM cards they registered with the stolen identity cards. They did have a pretty awful success rate though, because the police only reported 1 successful phishing attempt where the victim handed over their credit card information and the fraudsters used it to make online purchases.
Yeah, there's some goddamn trash, man. Hey, W-Tough video. Hey, listen, man. Don't get scammed. If you're watching the 2, make sure to join the Discord and watch the streams.
Subscribe to Tommy NFG.